Hi guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. If you're new here, I'm Cheryl, and today we're going to make a couple freezer meals for our freezer for in the future. To me and Farron, that's my husband, we call them our TV dinners. Back when we were younger, there were certain companies that made little TV dinners, and they were very popular back then in the 60s, 70s, and some early 80s. So you just pop them in the oven and cook them in. Normally, you know, we would watch like movies or something like that. But anyway, this is my take on freezer meals for 1 or 2 people. You could double it, triple it, quadruple it, however you would like to fit your family. But for Farron and I, it's just us two. So my freezer meals are more or less on take for 2 to 3 people. So even singles can do this. So if it's just you, then you can split it up to suit your needs. So let's get into this. I'll turn you around and we'll get on that other counter and I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, guys, the first one that we're going to do, we got to split our chicken breasts. These are chicken dinners, and I have some chicken breasts here. If I can get this bag open. And they're pretty hefty. So what I'm going to do is split these in half. So can you see what I'm doing? I hope so. I'm playing with some new gadgets. To make filming a lot easier. Okay. And these breasts are like huge. I hate to see what the chicken look like. All right. And I'm going to do these the same way. And this is for 2 different meals that I'm going to be making. And one we're going to have tonight for dinner. And the other one, the second part of it, well, I should say the first dinner that I'm making is for dinner tonight, and make a couple freezer meals out of it for later. And the other one is strictly all freezer meal, if that makes sense. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. And take these halves here and put them to the side. Okay, guys. How am I going to do this? Okay. kind of ran out of saran wrap, so I gotta use my more expensive wrap, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. If I can get this in. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a brush in between and we're gonna pound it out. And these are nice to have. You can use a pot. I've used pots in the past. I mean, want these pretty thin. Okay. That worked out pretty good. Let's get the next one. Good way to get frustrations out. Okay, I think that's pretty good on that piece. You kind of want them around the same thicknesses if possible. Okay. And one more. Okay, there's that in a nutshell. All right, let me go wash my hands. Okay, guys, in this bowl, we are going to put in a whole block of cream cheese. And I've had it out to get soft. And into the bowl it goes. And I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of garlic. About a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. About a teaspoon of pepper. And my homemade onion powder. Got a little bit of moisture in it, but it's still good. So I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of it. Okay. And 1 egg. And we're going to mix this up. Oh, and I forgot one of the main ingredients. I gotta get the spinach. I'm going to add a little bit of parm in here. And guys, I'm just making this recipe up as I go. It's not really a recipe. So let me go get the spinach. Okay. So with this, I am going to pepper one side, and I'm going to flip it. This one kind of fell apart. And I'm going to get a spoon. I'm going to put this chicken on here so it'd be easier. And I'm going to just spread this out. Guess I didn't cut this one very well. Okay. Try to get this all in here in the camera. this is going to be really good. Okay. So we're just going to spread this all out for right now. Okay. Then the fun begins. Let me go wash my hands. And while I'm over here by the stove, I'm going to preheat the oven to 375. That way you can kill two birds with one stone. And I'm going to take my spinach that I have in this little box, and I'm going to put it on my chicken. Okay. I do have a bag. And I don't mind the stems. It's all part of the plant. I know some people, for some reason, they don't like the stems. It's like, okay, you do you, I do me. So, now the fun part is that we're going to start rolling these guys up, okay? And just roll them up into the little logs, like you see here. And I have toothpicks. And we're going to find where they meet. And we're going to toothpick them in, okay? Just like that. And I'm going to put them on the tray. I'm also going to do another one on another chicken on this tray, so they're both going to get done at the same time. So you won't have to go however you want to do both recipes at the same time or do them separate. But this is what we're doing. And I don't really have a name for this one chicken with the I guess we'll just call it stuffed spinach chicken. I mean, why not? It's stuffed with cream cheese and spinach. I got toothpicks in there holding it together. And this one was a little bit all over the place. but that's okay. And just roll it and tuck. I think these will be nice little, something different. I might have put a little bit too much cheese in this guy, but oh well. This one kind of had a flap. And just remember, guys, when you go to serve this to people, make sure you take the little toothpicks out, okay? So I know one time I forgot to do that. Farron's like, "You trying to kill me?" This one's like either overstuffed or something. I didn't cut it correctly, but that's okay. And try to get it to stay together. So, stuffed spinach chicken breasts. How's that? Does that sound good for a name? Okay, there's that one. All right, let me go wash my hands. I think they'd be better if the seal parts would be on the bottom. Okay. All right, guys. For meal number 2 is pretty simple. It's just, I'm just going to put pepper on them on both sides. And I'm just going to put them on the tray. And then our next one is going to be chicken parm for a freezer meal. So I'm just going to pepper them. And then cook them with our stuffed chicken. And I'll bring you guys back like in 35-40 minutes. Okay? When these reach temp of 165, I'll come back. Okay, guys, we are back, and we're gonna prepare our first freezer meal, and it's gonna be the Parmesan chicken. So let me get my little containers ready here. So, off camera, while I was waiting for the chicken and all, I cooked up some spaghetti noodles. So what we're gonna do is divvy this all up. And we're gonna put a little bit in each for right now of noodles. I have a bigger one here for like a dinner for 2 of us. That's what I had. And that's the microwave. Let me know that the vegetables of the other one is finished. Okay. And guys, you can do this with you can use any noodles that you have on hand. I had a little bit of spaghetti left. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. And why not? Okay. All right. And our chicken, we're just gonna lay them in here. Just like that. And remember, all I did is just put pepper on them. So I'm gonna take some of my sauce. And I didn't heat this up, guys. I'm pouring it out of the jar because it's going to go in the freezer. Okay, I'm going to pour some over. And you can use store-bought. I'm using homemade. That's what I have. Okay. That smells so good. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. A little bit of onion salt. Well, onion powder, I should say. It's not salt. A little bit of garlic. Whoops, that's a lot on that one. That's okay. And I have mozzarella. So before I can put these in the freezer, I have to let the chicken cool down because it just came out of the oven. Even though everything else was already pre-cooked and chilled. And I'm going to top it off with some parm. And just a little bit of more Italian seasoning. Voila. This meal is complete. So we're going to just set it to the side and let it cool off. And we'll get on our next one. Okay, guys. Now for the stuffed chicken. And I'm going to go ahead and fix Farron his plate and show you. And then we'll get on to the rest of the meals. So, let's see. There we go. And I made stuffing off of camera, just the box kind, and some mixed vegetables for this. So it's nothing fancy. Just a little something different. But I know Farron's been chomping up a bit. For dinner. Okay, guys. This is our dinner, which is also going to be the freezer meal. And this is for Farron. Looks pretty good, huh? Okay, so let's get this meal going so it can cool off. Alright, we got fit. But first off, I better take out the toothpicks. I think that's it on this one. Hope so. So yeah, make sure you're getting the toothpicks out. They're little boogers to get out. I think that's it. Okay. All right. Okay. And one of the little chambers, I'm going to put some mixed vegetables in, and they're frozen, guys, so that's a good thing. And then some of the stuffing. And like I said, this is so simple to make freezer meals out of a meal that you already made. So, there you have it, guys. Our second freezer meal. I think it's pretty good. Pretty awesome. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me today on this little adventure again of freezer meal prep. We have two more in the freezer, which we call TV dinners. I have one for 2 people, and then I have my singles. So anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, and all you new subscribers, welcome. And hopefully soon, when the garden gets kicking, we'll be canning up a storm and coming up with some new recipes. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye now. Love ya.